New footage has surfaced showing rapper Offset in what appears to be a desperate situation at a casino, allegedly begging not to be harmed after losing a staggering $2.3 million gambling. The shocking video has sent shockwaves through social media, raising serious questions about celebrity gambling addiction and the dark underworld of high-stakes betting. What really happened that night? How did one of hip-hop's biggest stars end up in such a dangerous position? And what does this reveal about the hidden dangers lurking in America's casino industry? This is the full story behind the footage everyone's talking about. On March 15, 2024, social media exploded when leaked surveillance footage allegedly showing Offset in a compromising situation at an unnamed Las Vegas casino began circulating online. The grainy video, which has since been viewed over 47 million times across various platforms, appears to show the Migos rapper in an animated conversation with several unidentified individuals in what looks like a VIP gambling area. According to sources who claim to have seen the full unedited footage, Offset had been on a losing streak that spanned nearly 12 hours. The rapper allegedly started with a $500,000 buy-in at a high-stakes poker table around 9 p.m., but by 9 a.m. the next morning, his losses had ballooned to approximately $2.3 million. This figure hasn't been officially confirmed by Offset or his representatives, but multiple casino insiders who spoke on condition of anonymity have corroborated similar numbers. The video shows Offset, dressed in a designer tracksuit and heavy jewelry, appearing visibly distressed. While there's no audio in the leaked clip, body language experts who analyzed the footage for TMZ suggested that the rapper appeared to be pleading or negotiating with the men surrounding him. One expert noted that Offset's gestures indicated extreme stress and possible fear. What makes this situation particularly concerning are reports that the individuals Offset was speaking with weren't regular casino security or management. Multiple sources claim these were private debt collectors with alleged ties to organized crime syndicates that operate in Las Vegas's underground gambling scene. These groups are known to offer credit lines to high-profile gamblers, often with devastating consequences when those debts can't be repaid immediately. Las Vegas has a long documented history with organized crime dating back to the 1940s and 50s, when mobsters like Bugsy Siegel and Meyer Lansky essentially built the modern casino industry. While legitimate corporations now own most major casinos, the city's underground gambling world still operates in the shadows, catering to ultra-high net worth individuals and celebrities who want to gamble beyond legal limits or who've exhausted their credit at legitimate establishments. According to gambling addiction experts, celebrities are particularly vulnerable to these situations. Dr. Timothy Fong, a clinical professor of psychiatry at UCLA who specializes in gambling disorders, explained in a 2023 interview with Rolling Stone that fame and wealth create a false sense of invincibility. He noted that celebrities often have access to virtually unlimited credit, making it easy to chase losses far beyond what most people could ever accumulate. The American Gaming Association reports that high-stakes gambling has increased by 340% since 2019, with VIP gambling rooms generating over $8.9 billion annually in Las Vegas alone. These exclusive areas, often hidden from public view, operate under different rules and attract wealthy clients willing to bet hundreds of thousands of dollars on a single hand. Offset's gambling history. This isn't the first time Offset has been linked to high-stakes gambling. The 32-year-old rapper, whose real name is Kiari Kendrell Cephas, has frequently posted about his casino visits on social media, often showing off massive chip stacks and celebrating wins. His Instagram stories have featured numerous clips from casinos in Las Vegas, Atlanta, and even international locations like Monaco and Macau. In 2022, Offset publicly celebrated winning $1.5 million during a single night at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, posting photos with casino staff and stacks of $100,000 chips. That same year, he was spotted at the Wynn Casino playing blackjack with $25,000 minimum bets per hand. Fellow rapper and friend Quavo documented some of these sessions on social media before the two had their well-publicized falling out in 2023. But for every win Offset has shown publicly, gambling experts suggest there are likely numerous losses that never make it to social media. This is a common pattern among celebrity gamblers who curate their public image to show only the glamorous side of high-stakes betting. Michael Jordan, for example, was known to have lost millions gambling, but rarely acknowledged his losses publicly during his playing career. Offset's estimated net worth is approximately $28 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth's 2024 estimates. While that's substantial, a $2.3 million loss represents roughly 8% of his total wealth, equivalent to someone worth $100,000 losing $8,000 in a single night. However, net worth doesn't equal liquid cash. Most of Offset's wealth is tied up in real estate, business ventures, jewelry, and cars, meaning a multi-million-dollar gambling debt could create serious immediate cash flow problems. The rapper's financial obligations are also considerable. He's currently paying child support for 5 children from previous relationships, and his lifestyle, documented extensively on social media, includes multiple luxury properties, an extensive car collection valued at over $3 million, and a jewelry collection that experts estimate at $5 to $7 million. These expenses, combined with unpredictable music industry income, create a financial pressure cooker that gambling losses only intensify. Dr. Linda Chamberlain, who authored Wealth and Addiction: Understanding Compulsive Behaviors in High-Income Individuals, notes that wealthy gamblers often develop what she calls magnitude blindness. She explained in a 2023 Harvard Business Review article that when you regularly deal with millions in contracts and business deals, betting $50,000 on a hand of blackjack doesn't register the same way it would for an average person betting $50. This psychological phenomenon may explain how Offset's gambling session spiraled from a $500,000 buy-in to a $2.3 million loss. Chasing losses is one of the most dangerous patterns in gambling addiction, where the gambler continues betting larger and larger amounts, trying to win back what they've lost, typically resulting in even deeper losses. The dark side of casino credit. What many people don't understand about high-stakes casino gambling is how credit systems work for VIP players. Legitimate casinos offer markers, essentially interest-free loans that allow players to gamble without carrying large amounts of cash. These markers are legally enforceable debts, similar to writing a check. If a player doesn't repay a casino marker in Nevada, they can be prosecuted for passing bad checks, which is a felony if the amount exceeds $650. However, Offset's situation appears to involve a more dangerous type of credit: underground lending from private individuals or groups operating outside official casino channels. These lenders offer several advantages that attract celebrities and wealthy gamblers: no paperwork trail, no credit checks, no gambling loss reporting to the IRS, and most importantly, the ability to continue gambling even after exhausting official casino credit lines. The cost of these advantages is steep. Underground casino lenders typically charge interest rates of 10-20% per week, astronomical compared to legal lending. A $2.3 million debt could balloon to $2.5 to $2.7 million within just 1 week if unpaid. But the real danger isn't the interest, it's the collection methods. In 2019, a federal investigation into illegal gambling operations in Las Vegas resulted in 37 arrests and revealed a network of debt collectors who used intimidation, threats, and in some cases, physical violence to collect gambling debts from high-profile individuals. The investigation, dubbed Operation Royal Flush, uncovered that at least 15 professional athletes and 8 celebrities had borrowed from these operations between 2015 and 2019. Former FBI agent Michael German, who worked on organized crime cases in Las Vegas for 12 years, explained in a 2021 CNN interview that these operations specifically target celebrities. They know these individuals have reputations to protect and income streams that can be tapped. The threat of public embarrassment or career damage is often more effective than physical intimidation, he said. The alleged footage of Offset begging may show exactly this kind of pressure. Sources close to the situation claim that the men in the video threatened to release embarrassing information about Offset's gambling habits, potentially impacting his business relationships and custody arrangements for his children. In Nevada, gambling debts can be considered in family court proceedings when determining parental fitness and child support obligations. This tactic, threatening exposure rather than violence, has become increasingly common in the social media age. In 2020, an NBA player whose name was never publicly released reportedly paid $4.2 million to prevent the release of casino footage showing him in a compromising situation. The payment allegedly included both the original gambling debt and a substantial privacy fee. Legal experts say these situations put victims in an impossible position. If they report the illegal lending and extortion to authorities, their gambling activities become public record through court documents and police reports. If they pay, they enable the criminal enterprise and may be targeted again. And if they refuse to pay and don't report it, they risk whatever consequences the lenders threaten. Nevada law does provide some protections. Under Nevada Revised Statutes 463368, certain debt collection practices related to gambling are illegal, including harassment, threats of violence, and threatening to publicize a debt to cause embarrassment. However, prosecuting these crimes requires victims to come forward and cooperate with law enforcement, something that rarely happens when the victims are celebrities concerned about their public image. The Casino Credit and Financial Services Association, an industry group, estimates that underground gambling lending costs Las Vegas casinos approximately $500 million annually in lost revenue as wealthy gamblers bypass official channels. But the human cost is harder to quantify. Gambling addiction specialists report that the shame and financial pressure created by these situations has contributed to numerous cases of depression, substance abuse, and even suicide among wealthy individuals. Dr. Robert Hunter, director of the National Center for Responsible Gaming, told Forbes in 2023 that the intersection of gambling addiction, celebrity culture, and organized crime creates a perfect storm of vulnerability. We see individuals with unlimited access to credit, a professional obligation to maintain a certain image, and predatory lenders ready to exploit both factors. Celebrity gambling disasters. Offset's situation, while shocking, is far from unique in celebrity circles. The history of famous individuals destroyed by gambling addiction is long and tragic, serving as a cautionary tale that wealth and fame offer no protection against the devastating consequences of compulsive gambling. Perhaps the most famous recent case is that of former NBA star Antoine Walker, who earned over $108 million during his 12-year basketball career, but filed for bankruptcy in 2010 after losing most of his fortune to gambling. Walker has since spoken publicly about his addiction, revealing that he would regularly lose $100,000 to $500,000 in single gambling sessions, and once lost $1.3 million playing poker in Las Vegas over a 4-day period. Charles Barkley, the NBA Hall of Famer and current sports commentator, admitted in 2006 that he had lost approximately $10 million gambling over his lifetime. In a candid interview with ESPN, Barkley revealed he once lost $2.5 million in a 6-hour blackjack session. Unlike many celebrity gamblers, Barkley has been relatively open about his struggles, though he maintains he had his gambling under control because he could afford the losses, a common rationalization among wealthy addicts. Michael Jordan's gambling has been well documented, though the full extent remains unknown. Reports suggest he's lost millions over the years at various casinos and golf courses. His gambling was so prolific that some conspiracy theorists believe his first retirement from basketball was actually a secret suspension related to gambling activities, though this has never been proven and the NBA has denied it. In the music world, rapper 50 Cent famously lost $2.5 million betting on the New York Giants to beat the San Francisco 49ers in the 2012 NFC Championship game. He posted the betting slip on social media, showing a bet of $500,000 on the Giants to win and another $500,000 on the game's total points. The Giants lost, and 50 Cent lost his entire stake. More tragically, singer Gladys Knight battled severe gambling addiction for years, once admitting she lost $40,000 to $50,000 in single gambling sessions. In her memoir, she described gambling as an escape that nearly destroyed her life and career before she sought treatment. The common thread in all these stories is the progressive nature of gambling addiction. It typically starts with recreational gambling, progresses to larger and larger bets as tolerance builds, then evolves into chasing losses, and finally results in financial and personal catastrophe. The availability of credit, especially underground credit, accelerates this progression dramatically. What makes celebrity gambling particularly dangerous is the isolation factor. Many celebrities gamble alone in VIP rooms, surrounded by enablers rather than friends who might intervene. Casino staff are trained to accommodate high rollers, not to recognize or address addiction. And the celebrities' own teams, managers, agents, accountants often don't know the extent of the gambling until the financial damage is severe, the aftermath, and bigger picture. As of now, Offset has not publicly addressed the leaked footage or the alleged $2.3 million gambling loss. His representatives have declined to comment, and his social media accounts have been notably quiet since the video emerged, unusual for an artist who typically posts multiple times daily. However, industry insiders suggest that behind the scenes, Offset's team is working to resolve the situation. This likely involves negotiating payment terms with the lenders, possibly liquidating assets to raise cash, and potentially implementing financial controls to prevent future incidents. For celebrities in these situations, the typical resolution involves a combination of immediate payment of a portion of the debt, a structured payment plan for the remainder, and sometimes a settlement for less than the full amount owed. The broader implications of this incident extend far beyond one rapper's gambling problem. It highlights several systemic issues in how society deals with gambling, celebrity culture, and addiction. First, there's the matter of gambling normalization. Sports betting has exploded since the Supreme Court struck down the federal ban in 2018, with 38 states now allowing some form of legal sports gambling. The industry spent over $1.4 billion on advertising in 2023, much of it featuring celebrities and sports stars promoting betting as harmless entertainment. This normalization makes it harder for people to recognize when recreational gambling crosses into addiction. Second, the incident exposes the double standard in how we treat addiction. If Offset had been caught on video appearing to beg drug dealers not to harm him after accumulating a $2.3 million drug debt, the public response would likely focus on his need for rehabilitation and treatment. But gambling addiction, despite being recognized by the American Psychiatric Association as a legitimate disorder, still carries a stigma of moral failure and poor judgment rather than illness. Third, it raises questions about the casino industry's responsibility. While legitimate casinos have responsible gaming programs, these are often minimal and poorly enforced, especially in VIP areas where the most vulnerable gamblers operate. The existence of underground lending operations suggests that legal casinos aren't meeting the needs of high-stakes gamblers, or perhaps that they're deliberately limiting credit to avoid exactly the kind of public relations nightmare that illegal operations create when they're exposed. The National Council on Problem Gambling estimates that approximately 2 million U.S. adults meet criteria for severe gambling problems, with another 4 to 6 million having mild to moderate gambling issues. The suicide rate among people with severe gambling problems is higher than for any other addiction, yet gambling addiction receives a fraction of the research, funding, treatment resources, and public attention devoted to substance abuse. For Offset specifically, this incident may prove to be a turning point, either toward recovery or toward deeper problems. Gambling addiction specialists say that public exposure of gambling problems sometimes motivates people to seek help, but just as often, it drives them deeper into secrecy and shame. The outcome often depends on whether the individual has a strong support system and access to quality treatment. The incident also affects Offset's family. He shares children with rapper Cardi B, and their relationship has been publicly turbulent, with breakups and reconciliations documented in the media. Financial instability and addiction issues could impact custody arrangements and child support obligations. For his children's sake, addressing the underlying gambling problem is crucial, as gambling addiction tends to run in families, and children of gambling addicts are at higher risk of developing their own gambling problems. Looking forward, this situation should serve as a wake-up call for the entertainment industry. Talent management companies need to implement better financial oversight for their clients, on particularly young artists who suddenly have access to enormous wealth without the financial literacy to manage it. Some progressive agencies have started requiring financial education and spending controls for their clients, but this is far from industry standard. The incident may also prompt regulatory scrutiny of underground casino lending operations. While law enforcement has periodically cracked down on these networks, they persistently reemerge because the demand from wealthy gamblers remains strong and the profits are enormous. More aggressive prosecution and stricter casino oversight might be necessary to protect vulnerable individuals from predatory lending practices. The leaked footage of Offset allegedly begging casino lenders after losing $2.3 million is more than just another celebrity scandal. It's a warning sign about the dangers of gambling addiction that can affect anyone regardless of wealth or fame. This incident shows how quickly recreational gambling can spiral into a life-threatening situation, especially when underground lenders and organized crime get involved. For Offset, the path forward requires acknowledging the problem and seeking professional help. Gambling addiction is a recognized mental health disorder, not a moral failing, and treatment works when people commit to it. The shame and secrecy surrounding his situation only make recovery harder. For the rest of us, this story should spark important conversations about how we normalize gambling in our society, especially with constant sports betting ads and casino promotions targeting young people. We need better protections for vulnerable individuals, stronger enforcement against illegal lending operations, and more resources for gambling addiction treatment. Whether you're a millionaire rapper or an everyday person, gambling addiction destroys lives the same way. The first step toward change is recognizing the problem exists. Hopefully, Offset's situation will encourage others struggling with gambling to seek help before it's too late. If this story opened your eyes to the dark reality of gambling addiction, hit that like button and subscribe to stay informed about the untold stories behind the headlines. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on celebrity gambling culture. Turn on notifications so you never miss our deep explorations into the truth mainstream media won't cover.